Hey everybody, this is Todd with Gunfighter Elite in Granbury, Texas. Doing a little bit of work on the 1968 Kaiser Rio Deuce and a half today. Through the years, obviously, these vehicles tend to get a little rotting in the core of the body and other parts of the metal. I've got a small section that I'm starting to do testing on to ensure that the methodology I'm planning on the repair is going to work. First off, started with sandblaster. Got the area cleared and identified the rust. Now I'm using a angle grinder to clear out, and I've gotten down to the framework of the behind the tin. So now I'm gonna use a little naval jelly to clear it up, and then it looks like I'll be doing a MIG weld body build, followed by grinding to smooth it all out with a skim coat on top, and then eventually paint. So this is the area that I'm working in here. So as you can see, it was once a fire truck. For many years, served our country first as a military vehicle, then as a fire truck, and now it's back to being restored as a military vehicle. So as you can see, the got down to raw metal, and you can see there's some cored out rust in the major structural work behind. So now the next phase is to put a little bit of naval jelly in there to kill that rust, and then see about getting the weld shut up. All right, I'll get back to you. The Loctite brand rust to the dissolver naval jelly. Going to simply use a paint tray and a paintbrush to apply it to the bad spot on the body. Focal point being that rust underneath that I want to kill and make sure it doesn't come back up through the surface. Once we've done that and I feel comfortable that the rust is good, I clean it all up, get it nice and dry. I'm going to go and throw a MIG weld repair patch in there. Okay, so as you can see, done that welding method I was talking about, done 2 passes at this point, been able to grind it down, level it out, and now this is all real steel. Got one pitted spot there I got to repair, one pitted spot there. So we're down to probably 3-4 small tack welds at this point, and then it's a final grinding, final sanding, use some body fillings primer, and then load the paint gun with OD green and hit it up with that. So yeah, you know, like I said, it's a little bit more complex of a repair, but doing it this way ensures solid steel. And then the only weak point of this is on the back side, where I'll be removing the seats in the next few months, and sandblast that area clean to ensure there's no rust in there, and then hit it with a final coat of primer before I do the rhino lining of the cab. So, like I said, you know, best process to do it. Don't use Bondo if you can help it. All right, everybody. So basically, where we're at is after about 3 or 4 passes with the welder, doing little builds here and there. You can see where the wire goes in, kind of worms into the holes. We've created a nice solid piece of metal. All right, now on the back side it's a different story. You know, it's a little bit rugged, a little rough back there, and being where it is, the tools can't necessarily get in there unless I use a Dremel or a die grinder to clean it up. But I can sandblast it smooth, and I can sandblast it clean, and then primer and paint, or put a bed liner of some type in or whatever to preserve the metal from the inside. Inevitably my cab will be lined with a bed liner of a sort, one way or the other, for long-term preservation. I know it's not era specific, but the point is to give myself as many years out of the cab of the vehicle as I can. So now at this point, after, you know, the several passes with the welder, building that back up, Now I'm going to take it and hit it with a sandblaster one more time to clean up. Give it a little wipe down and hit it with some body fill and primer, and we should be good to go. All right. Okay, so now that I've got the patch done, and I'm utilizing just a Rust-Oleum, basically it's a filler and a sandable primer. So because there's some little ripples here and there within the metal fabrication that I did from, basically feeding wire into an empty hole, basically what I'm doing is I'm going to over prime. What I normally wouldn't do is, you can see the runs accumulating. What I normally wouldn't do is that, but because of the fact that I want to get a good base in there, I've oversprayed a little bit. I've created a nice run that's going down. It's going to dry up a little bit. I'm going to put an air dryer on it here in just a second, and hopefully then do a nice light 240 grit sanding, get a nice smooth finish then, and then draw back my can a little more, and then begin to fill and just spray and get a good coat of fillable primer on this. And once I'm done, that's it. It's time to go back to OD green.